So if you watch my videos regularly, you're probably thinking you have worn that dress and that same makeup in the past like 3 videos and you're kind of a disgusting skank. But no, I have actually done a kind of filming marathon because I'm not going to have time to do it any other time, so I'm doing it today. But I just wanted to talk to you today a little bit about being a female and the pressure to be perfect, because I went to stay with a friend over the weekend and we were just chatting about kind of body things, and she is very, very skinny. Like, to me, she has an amazing, amazing body, and she was complaining that she felt her legs were too skinny to wear shorts and they just had no shape and just kind of looked too small. And it got me thinking that like we all have such intricate body issues, because we all have things that we feel aren't right with us, and the reason that we all have them, sorry, I'm really hot, it's just really hot today and it's really hot up in here, and the reason that we have every single one of these is because we're all kind of under a certain pressure to be a certain way and to be a certain type of perfect, I think. And even if you're very, very curvy or you're very, very thin, then we all have the same sort of pressure, and it's a pressure to just look perfect and to be perfect all the time. I feel like we're kind of expected to be strong and fierce, but at the same time kind of not make a man feel intimidated by being kind of too independent, too strong and fierce. You're kind of expected to be curvy in the right places but slim in the other places, and to just always take care of yourself and always look a certain way and that kind of thing. And I feel like I say a lot in these types of videos, but I just think that we put ourselves under so much pressure, and society, to be fair, puts us under so much pressure to be a certain way, and everybody has their different definition of what their version of perfect would be. So whether it's kind of physical things or personal things, we're all trying to be more perfect than we are. And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of self-improvement, but where does the self-improvement stop? I have got a friend who recently had a breast enlargement operation, and I never knew she was unhappy as she was with being smaller chested, but she was very, very unhappy about it, and it made her feel very self-conscious, and she had a breast enlargement. And I had a very, very hard time coming to terms with that, because I couldn't understand why she was doing it, because I thought that she was just perfect how she was. I couldn't understand what it was that was making her feel like she needed to do something so different to change how she looked. But then I suppose people could say that about anyone. Like, you know, people could say that about me. Why do you feel like you've got a weight problem when, you know, like, I would love to be your weight? It's a very, very, very tricky, difficult thing to be able to kind of understand when it comes to somebody else. But we're all under such immense pressure to be a certain kind of perfect, and to be the right size, the right height, dress the right way, be the right person, and it can get so exhausting, and at the end you kind of end up questioning what the right thing for you would be and what the right look for you is. And I feel like sometimes a lot of people very close to me tend to say to me that they think I look better when I'm kind of at my higher end of my low weight. So kind of I have my low weight, and then it has its lowest bit and its highest bit, and most people say that they prefer me at the higher bit of my low weight, not because I look like ridiculously thin when I'm at my lower weight, but I don't know, for some reason that's just what most people tend to kind of think. And it's something that I really struggle with, because I like me when I'm at my lower end, but people are kind of always saying to you, well, no, I think you look better, a little bit more covered, a little bit more, you know, and you have to kind of be able to say to yourself, hang on a minute, you know, it's my body, this is what I like, this is what makes me feel better, and go with that, because at the end of the day you're the one that has to live with it, and you're the one that has to kind of have the feelings of not being worth it enough if you don't feel like you look the right way. And when it comes to looking the right way, who is it that decides what's the right way and what's the wrong way? Who is it that decides what makes somebody attractive and what makes somebody not attractive? It's all so subjective and so down to personal taste. But there's such immense pressure on us, I feel, today to kind of be the right size and the right shape. And like, in a way, I think that it has got some good in it, but at the same time I feel like these days women who are very naturally thin kind of get bashed a little bit for being that way and for not being curvy enough. And that's just as bad as curvier girls being trashed for not being skinny enough. You know, like, it's like the media and society isn't happy unless you're making somebody in some way feel like they're inadequate. And it's not just society and it's not just the media. We do it to ourselves. You know, we make it worse for ourselves and we make it very difficult. But I can't help but feel like we just sometimes don't really understand that in order for you to be the best possible version of you, you need to be happy with you. And if having bigger boobs is going to make you happy with you, then in theory, what is wrong with that? What is wrong with wanting to be perfect or more perfect? And it's something that I really struggle with, because some days I sort of think, you know, I'd love it if somebody could come and just, you know, take away my love handles and all my jiggly bits and make my cheeks a little bit more sucked in and make my lips a little bit bigger and just kind of make me look how in my head would be perfect. But when do you have to say to yourself, this is enough, this is how you are? There are these easy access options out there, but are you really bad enough to want to do those things? Is your self-esteem really that low that you feel that that will correct it? And if the answer is yes, then I suppose it is worth it. But I think for me the answer isn't yes, because it's such a drastic, scary, dramatic thing for me. But I think if it is going to make you feel amazing about yourself, then it's worth it, because everybody deserves to feel great about themselves. And I don't know, I just feel like the whole concept of perfect these days is to just be kind of womanly but thin, have long hair, be very pretty, because let's, you know, not fool ourselves. People who are physically attractive tend to kind of do better in life. You tend to respond better to them. As much as we'll try and deny it, there is no denying it. It is 100% totally the case. Those of us who say it's not true are being dishonest, in my opinion, because it is. And when in life does the desire to stop being perfect come? Because I feel like I spent a long time trying to be perfect, and I'm not as bothered now about trying to be that idea of perfect. I'm now more trying to be my idea of perfect. So I've kind of replaced one obsession with another, but hey ho. So yeah, that's kind of, we'll have this video as a debate. We'll do it in a debate format. When do we stop feeling like we need to be perfect? If you know the answer to that question, raise your hand. Nobody knows the answer to that question. But I would love to know what your opinions are on this. I'd love to know if you have got any kind of advice or anything about this. And yeah, don't hesitate to kind of let me know all your opinions and recommendations for more videos like this, because I know that people like the rambly ones, but as I always say, I need to have a topic to ramble about. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon. Bye.